Hey everyone, hope you're doing okay. So today we're going to be working on rhetorical synthesis, which is a new type of question on the digital SAT. We're going to be doing strategy using the questions from Bluebook Test 1, all three modules, and we're going to be reviewing how to best answer these questions. Okay, so normally I start by reading the passage or the information, but here I actually like to start by reading the question first. So we'll start with 26, Module 1. The student wants to present the Kwanokukun study and its conclusions. Which choice most effectively uses relevant information from the notes to accomplish this goal? So this is a pretty standard form of the question, okay? So it didn't give us that much. Sometimes they give us more specific details that helps. But let's see, it wants to present the study and its conclusion. So let's see the study. 2013, archaeologists studied cat bone fragments they had found in the ruins of Kwanokukun, a Chinese farming village. The fragments were estimated to be 5,300 years old. A chemical analysis of the fragments revealed that the cats had consumed large amounts of grain. The grain consumption is evidence that the Kwanokukun cats may have been domesticated. Okay, so then this sort of gives us the conclusion, right? And the rest gives us information on what happened. So let's look at the choices. And I like to go one by one and compare. As part of a 2013 study of cat domestication, a chemical analysis was conducted on cat bone fragments found in Kwanokukun. Okay, but that doesn't really give us conclusion, right? B. A 2013 analysis of cat bone fragments found in Kwanokukun, China suggests the cats there may have been domesticated 5,300 years ago. Okay, that gives us information on the study and on its conclusion, right? That they may have been domesticated 5,300 years ago. In 2013, archaeologists studied what cats in Kwanokukun, China had eaten more than 5,000 years ago. No. So far, B is the best option. And then cat bone fragments estimated to be 5,300 years old were found in Kwanokukun, China. No. So then we're just left with B, and we'll go with that one. Great. So you want to be comparing the answer choices and really focus on what they want, right? They want the study and the conclusions. A lot of these had the study part, but not the conclusions. All right, we'll try the next one. The student wants to emphasize a difference in the origins of the two words. Which choice most effectively uses relevant information from the notes to accomplish this goal? So we know there's going to be two words, and we want to emphasize the difference in their origins. Okay? While researching a topic, a student has taken the following notes. Started in 1925, the Scripps National Spelling Bee is a US-based spelling competition. The words used in the competition have diverse linguistic origins. In 2008, Samir Mishra won by correctly spelling the word guerdon. Guerdon derives from the Anglo-French word guerdon. In 2009, Kavya Shivashankar won by correctly spelling the word Laodicean. Laodicean derives from the ancient Greek word Laodikeia. Okay, so here it talks about the derivation for the second word. And then here it talks about the derivation for the first word, right? Is an Anglo-French word, while the following year's final word, Laodicean, derives from ancient Greek. That could work, right? Because we want to focus on the difference in the origins. In 2008, Samir Mishra won the Scripps National Spelling Bee by correctly spelling the word guerdon. However, the following year, Kavya Shivashankar won based on the spelling of the word Laodicean. No, it gives us nothing about the origins, right? So you really want to keep focused on what the question's asking for. C. Kavya Shivashankar won the 2009 Scripps National Spelling Bee by correctly spelling Laodicean, which derives from the ancient Greek word Laodikeia. That only gives us one of them, not the difference in the origins of two of them. So A is still the better option. And then D. The Scripps National Spelling Bee uses words from diverse linguistic origins, such as guerdon. Not enough detail, right? This one tells us that it comes from Anglo-French and it comes from Greek. So see, on these, you really want to read all the four answer choices, but compare one at a time to choose the better and better until you get only with the last one that's the best, right? So that's A for 27 in Module 1 of Test 1. So now this is 27 of Module 2A, which is supposedly the easier section, and usually is, but this can still be hard questions on it. So the students want to make a generalization about the kind of study conducted by Glickman, Brown, and Song. Which choice most effectively uses relevant information from the notes to accomplish this goal? a generalization about the kind of study conducted by them, right? British musicians John Lennon and Paul McCartney shared writing credit for numerous Beatles songs. Many Lennon-McCartney songs were actually written either by Lennon or McCartney, not by both. The exact authorship of specific parts of many Beatles songs, such as the verse for In My Life, is disputed. Mark Glickman, Jason Brown, and Ryan Song, okay, so here are the people they mentioned, used statistical methods to analyze the musical contents of Beatles songs. They concluded that there's 18.9% probability that McCartney wrote the verse for In My Life, stating the verse is consistent with Lennon's songwriting style. I love how they have a very specific number for this, but let's look at this, right? Based on statistical analysis, Glickman, Brown, and Song claimed that John Lennon wrote the verse of In My Life. Okay, so that could be a generalization, right? But it wants to be about the kind of study conducted, right? There's only, so it has the statistical analysis part. There's only an 18.9% probability that Paul McCartney wrote the verse for In My Life. John Lennon is the more likely author. Not that, because it doesn't even mention the type of study they did. It is likely that John Lennon, not Paul McCartney, wrote the verse for In My Life. Again, not exactly that. Researchers have used statistical methods to address questions of authorship within the field of music. Okay, so then we're between A and D. Based on statistical analysis, Glickman, Brown, and Song claim that John Lennon wrote the verse In My Life. That's not true, right? They're not claiming that. They're saying it's an 18.9% probability. Also, we're not focused on the results of their study. We're focused on the kind of study they conducted. So it should be D. Okay, so again, focusing on what the question is asking really simplifies things and helps you eliminate the wrong choices. Okay, now this is 26 from Module 2B. The student wants to emphasize the duration and purpose of Cohen's and Rodriguez's work. Which choice most effectively uses relevant information from the notes to accomplish this goal? So duration and purpose, okay. The Gula are a group of African Americans who have lived in parts of the southeastern United States since the 18th century. Gula culture is influenced by West African and Central African traditions. Louise Miller Cohen is a Gula historian, storyteller, and preservationist. She founded the Gula Museum of Hilton Head Island, South Carolina in 2003. Vermel Rodriguez is a Gula historian, artist, and preservationist. She founded the Gula Museum of Georgetown, South Carolina in 2003. So see, they both founded it in 2003. One's the Museum of Georgetown and one's in Head Island, okay? The duration and the purpose. So they're both historians and preservationists. One's a storyteller and an artist, okay? Those are very similar. At the Gula Museums in Hilton Head Island and Georgetown, South Carolina, visitors can learn more about the Gula people who have lived in the region for centuries, okay? Louis Miller Cohen and Vermel Rodriguez have worked to preserve the culture of the Gula people who have lived in the United States since the 18th century. All right, so right now maybe B is better, but A, they're still not great because we haven't really talked about the duration, right? Since 2003, Louis Miller Cohen and Vermel Rodriguez have worked to preserve Gula culture through their museums. Okay, so I think that's the best option so far because that mentions the duration since 2003 and the purpose, right, to preserve Gula culture through their museums. And then D, influenced by traditions of West and Central Africa, Gula culture developed in parts of the southeastern United States in the 18th century. That doesn't talk at all about Cohen and Rodriguez's work, right? So you see, by focusing on what the question's asking for, you can really knuckle down and know exactly what you can eliminate. All right, now one more. Try it again on your own, and then try it with me. The student wants to emphasize the aim of the research study. Which choice most effectively uses relevant information from the notes to accomplish this goal? The factors that affect clutch size, the number of eggs laid at one time, have been well studied in birds, but not in lizards. A team led by Shea Marie of Tel Aviv University investigated which factors influence lizard clutch size. Maria's team obtained clutch size and habitat data for over 3,900 lizard species and analyzed the data with statistical models. larger clutch size was associated with environments in higher latitudes that have more seasonal change. Lizards in higher latitude environments may lay larger clutches to take advantage of shorter windows of favorable conditions. Okay. So what's the aim of the research study, right? So the aim, if we're looking back here, is maybe to investigate which factors influence lizard clutch size, okay? Researchers wanted to know which factors influence lizard clutch size because such factors have been well studied in birds but not in lizards. Okay, that seems like a strong option. After they obtained data for over 3,900 lizard species, researchers determined that larger clutch size was associated with environments in higher latitudes that have more seasonal change. That maybe gives us the results, but not the purpose, not the aim, right? We now know that lizards in higher latitude environments may lay larger clutches to take advantage of shorter windows of favorable conditions. That also just gives us the results. And researchers obtained clutch size and habitat data for over 3,900 lizard species and analyzed the data with statistical models. That gives us the method, not the aim, right? So then it's going to be aim of the research study, so it's going to be A. All right, so we're going to be making more videos on this and other parts of the test. Let me know if you have questions on any of these or want more of this or a different format of question. And I will see you all next time. Bye.